Welcome back, you beauties. Time to plug back into what has been the most motivational show we've had all year. I know we haven't had many, but it's a good sign. We have the pleasure of sitting down with a multi-talented and very much a multifaceted individual who wears too many hats, and he loves it. From being a cosmetic dentist to a recording artist and entrepreneur, a devoted husband, and I think a mentor, someone who plays into that role beautifully. And joining us, of course, once again on the couch is Lex Leo, affectionately known as Dr. Smile. And he spreads them wherever he goes. He's not only making waves in the world of dentistry, but is also set to enchant us once again with a brand new single titled She, which we love the sound of that. We love everything about you, lad.
Happy to see you again.
It is really good having you here because I know you're always going to look absolutely beautiful. Talk us through this outfit, my friend.
You know me, I like to throw on a little... Basically, we're in our 10th year. This is a business that I co-own with a partner. We make suits, so every time I get to pick a new fabric, new colors, play around a little bit. This is one of my one of my wife's favorite of my suits.
There we go.
So I put it on for her.
Absolutely love it. Mwah. We're sending mad love with the suit as well. I've got to ask, because I think the world is crazy and it feels more polarized than ever before, but it does feel more connected, and you are all about those connections.
All about connections.
You link different facets of life, different socio-economic brackets. You're all about creating those quantum connections, if I will. So how are you in the midst of all of this madness?
I am very grateful that I constantly feel my head is able to be above water.
Brilliant.
And be in a headspace where I feel I have enough time to give time to other people who don't feel their head is above water.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I think you're always just trying to, in a space of gratitude, be like, okay, I'm not overwhelmed. I've got this covered. I'm able to do this, so go work harder and help others to feel the same way.
I get that. We were talking earlier about the challenges that just keep knocking us down.
Yeah.
And it's felt like these last few years have been very much about that. But strangely enough, I haven't ever felt that it's not what's supposed to be happening. And I don't know if that's where my mindset is, or if I'm just lucky enough to plug into individuals who keep picking themselves up and reframing and turning a disadvantage into an advantage.
I've always... Once upon a time, I gave a motivational talk, and it was titled From Stumbling Blocks to Stepping Stones.
I love that.
And it's a very nice way to look at all these stumbling blocks that we see. And it's interesting, another analogy that has always popped into my head over the last few years since I've also been in the custom jewelry space is how diamonds are forged and formed.
Yeah.
And we always hear that a lot, you know, diamonds have to be under a lot of pressure to be able to develop, and then their true beauty comes in after polishing. And what is this polishing? It's grinding. What is this grinding? It's hardships.
Yeah.
So I know we hear it a lot, but it is the truth. We go through difficulties and hardships to polish us, to make our beauty such that it can be shared with the world. Or then no, then it's wasted, you know?
Yeah.
Your beauty is wasted.
Completely. And aren't we a mine?
Yeah.
South Africa is that diamond mine.
Yeah, exactly.
We are built like that. That being said, you seem conscious about how you deal with this. How do you consciously keep that balance? Do you put yourself in difficult and uncomfortable situations to keep it yourself sharp? How do you find that?
I mean, it's a really pertinent question for like a personal growth direction. Whenever I've ever, if I remember back, have come to a situation that I know is difficult or challenging, I do very much dive in. Like, it's a conscious thing. Oh, this is difficult. Let me just go
towards it.
Go towards it, go towards it, go towards it. And it does help allow you to fast forward through your growth instead of avoid that.
Yeah.
You do obviously have to have a few things in place. And I think for you to be able to jump headfirst into something, you got to trust that you can swim.
Yeah.
You got to trust it. And that swimming, for most people, is commonly known as faith.
Yeah.
Trust something. You may or may not have a relationship with God or a specific religion. It may be the universe, maybe energy, maybe whatever you choose to call it, right?
Whatever that is.
But whatever that source is, if you can trust it, and you know that that source has your well-being at heart, then you do trust that you're going to be okay if you jump into this very difficult situation, because you've got the tools. Because the tools you need are patience and perseverance and persistence, and these are the tools, and then you go.
And it's the stuff that comes from within. It's not the stuff that is given to you.
100%.
It's the stuff that you
in.
grow.
It's all already in. We have all of these things already latent within us. It's like waking them up. How do you wake them up? You know?
I've got to ask you one last question, and we will thankfully not let you go because you are going to be performing a brand new track, She, which I cannot wait to get a bit of background there. How do you wear these many hats? Because someone who is so specialized in what they're gifted at, you would be completely forgiven, and it would be understanding to think that that's all you're going to be. But you almost, it seems like you can't allow that to happen. Is that why you wear so many hats?
I've just really realized that there's a beauty in experiencing all of your interests. I don't want to call it my talent. Yeah, it's my interest.
Yeah.
That some people, a lot of people think I'm good at, which is great, you know? But there's a beauty in investigating your different interests and sticking with them. But our different interests have a time to be right.
A season, yeah.
A season. And we mustn't think we have to have all 4 seasons of the year in the same time, right? So be patient with yourself and say, that will come. I do want to do that, and I do want to do that, and I do want to do that, but let me finish dentistry first. Let me do this master's. Let me now go and launch this product. I mean, some of the things are only happening now in my life at age 37.
Yeah.
Right? That I thought about, oh, well, you know, that I thought about when I was 20. So what does that mean, you know?
Completely. I love that. And you throw into the mix there that time doesn't actually exist. And I think that was the lesson I took from you in the panel earlier. To be able to sink yourself into that moment is where the magic really happens. And I suppose we live in those moments in the space. So I'm going to share some gratitude for allowing me to step into your moments, and everyone that comes on the show. That's what it's about, plugging into those moments and then discovering a bit more about yourself. So Lex, thanks so much for being my friend. We're going to let him do another one of the things he does really, really well, which is perform just for you. Stick around.